Hello and welcome to Virtual Racing Network, VRN as I affectionately call it. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. My name is KR Stolfus. I hope you all are tuned in, strapped in tight, and holding on for dear life because it's going to be a heck of a show here tonight here at Eldora Speedway for the Upperedge Dirt Derby. These guys getting out here in the trucks at Eldora, getting down and dirty. I gotta tell you, I appreciate the chance to be working here at VRN. But before we go any further, we want to give a big shout out to tonight's sponsors, Walls Beard Co. Check them out at wallsbeardco.com. Randy's Wraps, never heard of it, but pre-race interviews presented by Randy's Wraps. But tonight we're just going to be doing some talking with Randy here in a little bit. The Ohio IndyCar League, simspeedshop.com, ibog.co, and the Northwest Racing Series. And for the guys on this dirt derby track here tonight, our Expression, Profile Machine Products, Car Zip, The Drill Spill, Eddie's Sports Bar, which giving out the pole award here tonight, CrowderCrew.com, NC Design Concepts, Drive for Suicide Prevention, and My Car Doc. Speaking of Randy's Wraps, I have him in the booth with me, Mr. Randy Post. How you doing out here tonight?
Doing good, KR. We're ready, excited for this race tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys go 100 laps around Eldora in the trucks.
Well, before we get to the 100 laps at Eldora, we got 3 heat races to do, a last chance qualifier, and some single truck qualifying to see. So we got some stuff to get through before we get to that 100 lap race. I'll tell you what though, these guys have been rail riding already. That track is looking pretty beat up.
Yeah, they've been beating it in pretty good. The high line's looking pretty chewed up, so we might see some lower line racing later on tonight, or even throughout the heats in a couple minutes here.
Not a straight spoiler in this practice session for a car that's been out there for more than a lap. As we watch just 2 cars tag that outside wall. A lot of drivers here really getting into that wall on the high side, lap after lap, and then just trying to make it work. What are you seeing from your corners?
Yeah, I'm seeing everybody's trying to run that high line. Everybody knows that Eldora's got a fast high line. So we're going to see a lot of high line racing. I wouldn't expect too much low line racing, but as the track beats in, I bet we could see a lot more of it.
So a lot of cars getting pulled off, getting ready for what would be considered probably, the drivers meeting, as I'm lost for words there. So these guys really are going to have fun here trying to figure out the top and the bottom, as we got about just under 3 minutes left before qualifying kicks off. So what are some things as a driver, Randy, that they are going to be challenged with here tonight at Eldora?
Inexperience could be a thing. I mean, the trucks aren't usually run on the dirt like this very much, so a lot of guys may not have as much experience as some of the other ones. The track wearing in could be a huge factor, and just people around you, weather conditions and stuff. A lot can go into making this race come together from a driver's perspective.
As you said, the high side looks like it's slicked off already. A lot of trucks beating down the wall here. So we'll see how this plays out in a 100 lap race for the main event here. But like I said, we got to get through 3 heat races of 10 laps each, where the top 6 will advance out of each heat race. Then a last chance qualifier for 20 laps. taking again the top 6. And then our race will be 100 laps, 2 segments, with a competition caution at lap 35 to separate the segments. So this is an action-packed event tonight. And you know what? This is the second of 5 special events that Upperedge is doing. And I'll tell you, Randy, I'm pretty thrilled to be part of the Eldora special event.
I'm pretty thrilled to be part of it as well. The dirt's always been my thing growing up, and when the NASCAR took the trucks to it, it was always just like a clash of the best in my eyes. So I always love seeing the trucks at Eldora here.
Very historical event a few years ago when NASCAR announced they were coming back to dirt and they introduced the trucks at Eldora. And here we are getting to be a part of it and letting these guys put on a show for us here tonight.
Yeah, when NASCAR did it, I was trying to get there, but things didn't line up. But the historical side of it, it kind of brings the original racing back to the big series now, because they started out on dirt and now they've gone so far with these high horsepower cars, and it's kind of cool to see them try and be a wheelman again.
Speaking of wheelmen, we got 10 seconds here of practice left. Qualifying getting ready to kick off. It will be a single car qualifying session. So we will try and bring you all of the drivers, but we won't be able to get you everybody, as they'll be in a 5-minute session with everyone out at the track all at once. But single car track, if you are not a follower of iRacing, you're about to see how that works. So nobody go anywhere just yet. Randy, first car out on the track, who you seeing?
I've got Carter Gregory's pulling out of the pits right now. It looks like he's gonna take that high line right away. Get some speed into that truck for the warm-up lap here.
Carter Gregory coming across, taking the green flag for his first of 2 laps. You have got to be very careful and not touch the wall here in qualifying, because a 0x, even if you brush the wall and generate a 0x or a contact with the racing surface, your lap will be discounted, or not counted, discredited. And as we see him get into the wall there, so this second lap will not count. So his fastest lap will be his first one with a 19.158.
Yeah, and if I don't know how close you are to the front end of this truck here watching it, but this track is getting really bumpy. The front end of this truck is bouncing all over the place. Kind of curious as to how the track will progress, to see how much more bumpier it'll get and what kind of conditions that'll cause for the races, as like the heats and the feature at the end here.
So several cars coming out, already turning in laps. Jeffrey Baker getting out there on course in the 50 machine. He is currently scored 11th place.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up here with what's going on.
It's coming at us fast. We're trying to keep up with it. Right now we're watching Ryan Dyson in the 28. He has put it in 2nd place. Looks like he is going to shut it down here.
Yeah, these qualifying laps in such a short track, they can be done quick, and it kind of slaps you in the face at how quick they are. And you may make a mistake, but you got to recover from it real fast with only being on, what is this? I think this is a half-mile track. Yeah, half-mile track. So a lot of speed through the corners. It carries you through, and it can be fast, and all of a sudden it's done.
Watching the 4, Casey Shue, he gets all sorts of crossed up down across the line on the front stretch. Shuts it down, heads to the pits. Nathan Davis in the 36 is out here as well tonight. Quite the accomplished dirt sprint car driver. Here he is in the trucks as he's going to get into that wall. That will affect his lap time. Right now he is sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jesse Carr post a time. Oh, maybe he has posted a time there. But a lot of laps coming in already. Yep, Jesse Carr with an 18.793. Very quick lap. Second place with a 18.864. So about a tenth-ish ahead of second place there already.
Right now, the only car on track is Bronson Stafford in that 61 machine. He is currently in 17th place, and it looks like he has tagged the wall again, so his qualifying time, fastest lap of a 22.574, is going to stick as his best lap time. Bronson maybe not too sure about the handling of this truck here for his qualifying session.
Yeah, it's looking like he's trying to get a couple more laps in just to get a better feel of how the truck's going.
I do want to point out several drivers have turned a qualifying time, but it did not count. That would be Michael Laraya, Matt Mara, and Bradley Burke. They have all turned qualifying times, but have since put it into pit lane with laps not counting because of tagging the wall.
Yeah, and that can be a bit, kind of a bummer here, because you go out, you turn the laps, and you think you got something that puts you up closer to the front, running the front end of these heats, so you don't have to run that last chance race. But it's just a bummer to see somebody tag the wall and credit their lap.
All right, so less than 7 seconds left on the clock for qualifying. That's going to wrap it up with Jesse Carr getting the Eddie's Sports Bar Pole Award with a lap time of 18.794. So Heat 1 lining up. And our Heat 1 drivers are going to be Jesse Carr, Dan Smulders, Dylan Roberts, Shane Therian, Jeffrey Barker, Tommy Amasi, Willie Howells, and Bradley Burke. So of these guys in practice, Jesse Carr turned quite a few laps, Dan Smolder as well. What, for this heat race, what do you expect we'll see?
Being the first heat race, I think we'll see a lot of door banging. People getting used to running next to somebody with these slick conditions. I expect to see a lot of door banging going on.
Well, we're about to find out as heat race number 1 has gridded up. The drivers are in their positions waiting very patiently to get out on track. It's going to be interesting here to see just kind of what lines they're going to take and how well this truck will get around here at Eldora with everyone running so high so early. When was this bottom going to come in?
I think it starts to come in right about now when people are trying to get around each other for that last spot into the main event here.
All right, so Jesse Carr will be your pole sitter, your grid starter for heat race number 1. We got a little bit of time here. Lights are out on the pace truck. Why don't you count us down to the green, Randy?
All right, well, coming into 3 here right now, so pace car will dive off about mid-turn, and I'd say coming out of 4, they'll be wound them up and ready to go racing. As the pace car dives off, green flag is out. Get them a little bit sideways. Let's go racing, boys.
Down into turn number 1, Jesse Carr on the bottom in the 41. He's going to slide up into the 46. Smulders catching the wall there.
3 wide for the lead on lap 1. This could be really good. I see that low line's coming in pretty quick. The 31 there of Dylan Roberts. He's sticking with them, so that might be a good line to run.
Now the 41 of Jesse Carr again getting into the car on his outside line. And the 38 of Shane Therian pulling out ahead now.
Yeah, the 31, Dylan Roberts, still down there. He's just maintaining that track position, trying to run a clean heat race, keep that truck in one piece for tonight. the 41 of Jesse Carr's making a comeback. I don't know if he's going to be able to get back up to the front, but he's definitely trying.
That 46 of Dan Smolders, after getting pinched into the wall by the 41, got up on the rails on the high side and is really starting to open up a gap here in our heat race number 1. We got 7 laps to go. This is going to be extremely exciting all night long, watching these guys fight tooth and nail. And it looks like the 46 of Smolders has said, I'm not going to fight you guys, I'm just going to beat you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's checked out for this heat race, but you know, with the slick conditions, something could happen. He could get into the wall and scrub a bunch of speed off here, and the 38 of Shane Therian could catch him with the rest of those guys, the 31 and the 41.
We have a 3-car battle for second place here as they come out of turn 2 down this short backstretch. It's really not that short. This is a half-mile track, but you're going so fast you carry a lot of speed through the corners.
Ooh, the
Jesse
41.
Carr and the 41 going around.
Yeah, that might cost him a spot in the feature already. He's put back to 7th place right now, so he may have to go to that last chance. But I think this right here is just going to be a sneak peek of what's coming tonight with the main event, because these guys are really racing real hard for those last couple spots here.
That they are, is the 38 of Shane Therian fighting tooth and nail for second place right now, battling Dylan Roberts in the 31 as we go on aboard with Shane on his nose cam.
He did tag the inside wall going into 1 that last time, so I don't know if that hurt him a little bit or if he had got a bunch of damage from that.
Coming to take the white flag, though, will be Dan Smolders in the 46. We're on the final lap of heat race number 1.
He definitely checked out after getting pinched up top there real quick. So really just maintain that high line, and he was gone after that.
Checkered flag waving. Dan Smolders is going to win heat race number 1. Battle for third as Dylan Roberts come across second. Shane Therian third. Bradley Burke will be fourth. Tommy Amasi will be fifth. And Jesse Carr, I think, is going to be scored sixth. Nope, sorry. Scoring has been updated. Jesse Carr did make it back to 5th place. Jeffrey Barker 6th. And Tommy Amasi 7th.
Yeah, that battle for third was pretty close. Shane Therian got him by a nose, it looked like there.
All right, drivers getting lined up for heat race number 2.
Yeah, this heat race we're going to have Ryan Dyson in the 28, John Batista in the 15, Carter Gregory in the 54, the 11 of Jamie Dyson, 45 of Wesley Utt, 61 of Bronson Stafford, the 22 of Matt Mara, and the 2 of Justin Munsell.
It's going to be an interesting heat race. I expect we'll see some more of the same right here. A lot of the drivers trying to fight for the one lane that we have right now, and that is right there up on the wall, rim riding, ripping that cushion. So we'll see who can make that bottom work and just when will it start to come in, because these guys have got to find a way around, because if it's just a one-lane track here tonight, it's going to make for an interesting race, because when it becomes a one-lane track, somebody runs out of patience generally pretty quick.
Oh yeah, people start making moves that are a little risky, and it can cause some issues wherever they're at. But if you're looking, it's nice and grippy down on the bottom there, and then it kind of gradually gets really slick, and then it's just straight cushion. There's really no grip up on the top, so running that cushion can be dangerous. It'll suck you in real quick, and then you'll be in the wall a lot harder than you may think you are.
All right, looks like Ryan Dyson in the 28 machine has decided to start on that outside line. We saw what happened with Jesse Carr in his first heat race. He was unable to hold the bottom and slid all the way up, pinched off Dan Smolders. So the 28 of Ryan Dyson learning a little bit from heat race number 1. Already choosing the high side here for his start. Here we go, getting ready to go green flag racing, and it is out. The truck's accelerating. These guys getting up to speed. Down into turn 1 they go as the 15 of John Batista going to hug that bottom, drift up into the middle, but going to lose a spot here to the 11.
Looked like the 11 of Jamie Dyson was giving the 28 of Ryan Dyson a push on the start, saying, let's go, I want to go racing. So it puts him up in second, the 54 in third of Carter Gregory. So, and we've got the 22, I think it is, of Matt Morrow. He went around, so hopefully he can catch back up and try and race these guys for that last spot.
Brunson Stafford in the 61 is the last car out on track right here. We saw him in qualifying struggling to get some laps completed. But I will say Ryan Dyson in the 28. Oh, as he gets really sideways. Manages to get it back together. Down into turn number 1 he goes. That has allowed the 11 of Jamie Dyson to close the gap. And the 15 of John Batista making a move on the inside of the 11.
Oh, he's gonna. I bet he pulls a slide job here, and it looks like he's gonna. And he's got the second place position locked up right now. We'll see if he can hold on to it. 28 of Ryan Dyson. He's running that top line so well. He's had a couple issues, but he's running it really well to keep that first position.
John Batista doing all he can to try and catch that back bumper of Ryan Dyson. When he gets there, where's he gonna go right now? Looks like that high line is the fastest, but John Batista, a creative driver, might be able to figure something out. But right now, Ryan Dyson just doing a great job and able to hold him off.
We saw Batista go down and dive bomb 3 and 4, so it looks like the 28 spins out a little bit and allows the 15 to get by here, along with the 54. Takes third place. We'll see if he can catch back up to them.
Carter Gregory doing a great slide job. Can Gregory hold on to it as they drag race down the front stretch? Batista gonna return the slide job. Now Gregory diving down to the inside. These guys swapping out slide jobs, and now the 54 gonna stick it on the high side here. Try and make it stick as he comes out of turn 4 with 2 laps to go now. Your leader is Carter Gregory, but Batista with a heck of a slide job. These guys, they're going to battle tooth and nail for first place here in heat race number 2.
Yeah, I could expect to see them swapping first place through every corner for the rest of the heat race. As Batista gets really sideways, kind of gives up that slide job opportunity there. You got Jamie Dyson just sitting back there waiting for a mistake so he can take that second spot away from somebody here.
Carter Gregory in the 54 with the white flag flying, coming out of the final turn 4, final time. Checkered flag waves for heat race number 2. Give it to Carter Gregory. John Batista will finish second. Jamie Dyson third. Fourth place Ryan. Matt Mara fifth. Wesley Utt 6th, and 7th place will be Bronson Stafford in the 61.
That was a great heat race. I thought there was a lot of position exchange and a lot of learning going on with the guys, and take that into the main event and try and make moves on guys cleanly and have a good race.
Very well could, but heat race number 3 getting ready to head out onto the track. And you can see this heat race will consist of Nathan Davis, Riley Davis, Walker Thomas, Michael Finlayson, Casey Shue, Michael Lariah, and Joshua Adams. Those cars, I should say these trucks, are rolling out now.
Yeah, Nathan Davis, he's been all over the place this week. He was at Daytona. I've seen him at a couple local dirt tracks around. So we can assure you that he's had a busy week this week with racing. So it's kind of good to see him on the dirt track again, just kind of mixing the NASCAR and the dirt together for tonight at the Upperedge Dirt Derby.
Heat race number 3 coming at you, the final heat race of tonight. Remember, the top 6 drivers all are advancing into the main event. We will have a last chance qualifier for 20 laps that will take the top 6 out of there. You call this green flag.
All right, well, pace car should be diving off any second here. Looks pace car's off. Green flag's out, and getting them wound up. Nathan Davis gets a good run on the outside. 24 of Riley Grant Davis. And the 18 coming up. Walker Thomas making a 3 wide going into turn 1. Doesn't quite get there as he drops a couple spots, so we're getting a little, everybody's running the top line, looking to see when they can make a move here. Lap 1 does go to Nathan Davis.
Davis scoring a lap number 1 as the race leader. Looks like he's opening up a little bit of a gap here on the rest of the field. Michael in the 14 trying to track him down, but so far not able to, as we go on board with Michael Finlayson.
The 24 of Riley Grant Davis, he started second place, or he started first place or second place. He started up on the front row, but he's dropped back to a 5th place here, so we'll see if he can put it back together and get back up front. Most of the guys running the high line, the 44's running the middle line, trying to get some grip in the tires and drive away from the 14 there.
Michael Laraya battling all the way up into second spot here, as it looks like he might have something figured out kind of on that bottom middle part of the track. Now he is going to go up to the high side here. Gets a little bit sideways on corner exit, but he was making it work. I thought he was getting ready to spin out. Not quite sure what to say there.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, I think these trucks are pushing about 750 horsepower. So there's a lot of power going to the wheels on that dirt. So a lot of wheel spin. Just things you got to work on with throttle control. Throttle control is going to be the key to a win here tonight.
Speaking of a win, Nathan Davis really starting to open up a bit of a gap over the rest of the field. But this 44 of Michael Laraya holding on to second place, really impressive as he started pretty far back in this heat race. Here he is already in second place with 4 to go.
Yeah, a lot of racing left for these guys in the back here. They can try and get that last transfer spot into the main so they don't have to race in that last chance race that's coming up next.
Nathan Davis, your leader, coming to take 2 to go. Final 2 laps of heat race number 3. Looks like he is running that high side very well. A lot of drivers have quite a bit of damage on that right rear panel. It looks like Nathan Davis is a touch of damage, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, a lot of that can come from the dirt experience we know he's got. So he's got a lot of laps turned in the other dirt cars, so we can attest to that being helpful for tonight here.
See, on the final lap is going to try the bottom, see if it helps any. Don't think the bottom has quite come in just yet. Checkered flag waving. Nathan Davis going to win it. Michael Laraya in second. Michael Finlayson third. Walker Thomas was fourth. So it looks like we are going straight to the feature. We only had 23 cars in the session. So the field fully set. As you can see them start to take to the grid here tonight. We will have 100 laps for our main event.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be on schedule to have a heat race, but looks like we didn't have enough cars show up for that, or a last chance, sorry. But got enough cars for a feature, so we'll go on right on to that.
We did, and it looks like the fireworks, the pyrotechnics, all going off here tonight at Eldora. I'll tell you what, that is not what I meant to hit. Sorry. We'll do our grid here. Row number 1 will be Dan Smulders. and Carter Gregory. Row 2, Nathan Davis, Dylan Roberts. Row 3 will be John Batista and Michael Lariah. Row 4, Shane Therian, Jamie Dyson. Row 5, Michael Finlayson and Bradley Burke. Row 6, Ryan Dyson, Walker Thomas. Row 7, Jesse Carr and Matt Mariah. Row 8, Riley Davis and Tommy Amasi. Row 9, Wesley Oot and Casey Shue. Then row 10 will be Jeffrey Barker and Bronson Stafford, Joshua Adams, Willie Howells, and Justin Munsell making up this field. But right now we only have 20 cars who did make the grid.
Yeah, we've got a couple cars that didn't grid. I don't know if they're gonna wait to pull it out of the pits a little bit later, but they are not on the track right now.
All right, so Dan Smolder's in that 46 machine. He is our race starter, has chosen the outside line. The 54, Carter Gregory, choosing the inside line by virtue of elimination. Green flag flying. Dan Smolders gets a good jump.
Great jump on the 54 of Carter Gregory. He's not going to give him room to make that slide job on the first lap. So a lot of cars on track right now, so we'll see how they handle being around each other. We got 2 lines so far. A lot of beating and banging going on early, trying to get those spots sorted out here.
Dylan Roberts in the 31 has slid into second spot. Don't forget, guys, as Dan Smolders gets into the wall a little hard there. We will have a competition caution at lap 35 that will separate us into our 2 segments for tonight's 100 lap event. As we look at our VRN race analysis, it will be for 100 laps tonight, total of 50 miles. No tires, no fuel, all that. We are good to go throughout the
15 goes around, was spun out of turn 4 there. No caution so far. You might have got it back going.
The yellow flag is out.
Ooh,
Now
and we do have a caution.
Is going to come out. So it looks like Bronson Stafford and the 45 also getting involved here. The 45 of Wesley Utt. So we're going to go to a replay here. See if we can catch everything that happened. Looking at the 15 of John Batista getting crossed up. Sorry, didn't go back far enough. Now we're there. The 15 of John Batista gets a little crossed up, gets some help, comes down in front of the 11. That sets that up. Then the 61 of Bronson Stafford, he's going to tag the 45 of Wesley Utt. Those guys are going to sit down at the bottom, and here comes the 15 once again getting caught up into another crash.
Yeah, that can really ruin a night real fast. I've seen a lot of smoke on the tracks from somebody's car, so hopefully they can get it fixed up real quick so they can get back out on track, as we're only on lap 6 of 100 already.
Jamie Dyson in the 11, John Batista in the 15. Those are the 2 trucks on pit road. We'll see if they can get that damage repaired and get back out there. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, so not a whole lot of time to get it done.
No pacing on this track. I think they're making 39-second laps under pace, so not a lot of time to make some repairs if you need to get them.
Dan Smolders in the 46, green flag flying. He gets a great jump over Dylan Roberts in the 31, so Smolders pulling away here.
The 30s, I think that's the 38 of, or 30, no. Yeah, 38 of Shane Theria was a little bit loose going into turn 1 and 2 there. And Nathan Davis came up and kind of straightened him out, got him on the straight and narrow there for the straightaway there.
The yellow flag is out.
Another caution. Not sure where that one is.
Bronson Stafford in the 61 involved. It looks like the 05 of Tommy Amassi also involved. So we're going to have to back this up a little bit and check our VRN instant replay. We'll see if we can figure out exactly what happened here, as we are looking at the 05 of Tommy Amassi. Looks like he's running the bottom here. Down the front stretch he goes. And then a big pile up into turn number 1. Has to check up, spins around.
Yeah, on my end it looked like the 22 had gotten into the 28 and kind of caused a little bit of a destruction there going into turn 1.
So Carter Gregory in the 54, now in second. Dan Smolders still holding on to the lead here. Smolders has been out front for all the laps so far, leading all 10 laps that have been completed, coming around to complete the 11th lap under caution.
Yeah, these guys haven't even really opened the doors to see what these things can do yet next to each other. Second caution, lap 11. Hope to see some green flag racing so that we can get some heat into the tires and more rubber on the track and see some real racing here for a little while.
The field's starting to form up. Green flag waving, here we go. And Carter Gregory getting a good jump, trying to hang tough on the bottom, but Dan Smolder's gonna rip that high side. Oh, and Gregory is able to pull off a slide job, but can't make it work throughout the corner, and the 44 getting sideways.
Ooh, kind of collected the, I'm not sure who that was. See if I can find out.
So we're going to our Virtual Racing Network instant replay. The 44 Michael Laraya, see, starting in the second row. Looks like he gets a decent start here.
Looks like he kind of collected the 51, and the 51 got into him pretty hard, and he's smoking pretty bad from the motor there.
44 got really crossed up, overcorrected, slides back up into the track. A lot of cars scattering after that. It's quite a very intense few laps here. We're only on lap 14. Several trucks already damaged.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's a clean truck out there yet. The 41 looks pretty clean, but that's all. A lot of the damage I'm seeing is all that right rear damage from clipping the wall there up on the high side, which we expected to see. But I don't think that's going to cause too much of an issue with running speeds and everything. So hopefully we can. Hopefully they stay together and we don't get too much debris on the track.
So we have 15 cars out on the track. We got 5 cars on pit road, all getting damage repaired. Field looks like it is starting to line up, getting ready to take the green flag here for the Upperedge Racing Dirt Derby. We are on lap 15. Green flag flying, coming around to complete the 15th lap. And Dan Smolders choosing the inside here.
Got a huge jump on the field. Gives him a little bit of room to work with and get up on that high line from the low line there. Carter Gregory making a move.
Man,
what a slide job.
Sure was, but tagged the wall, lost a little bit of speed. That has allowed Smolders to get back to his bumper, do a slide job of his own. Can Smolders make it work, as Gregory's going to counter it with another slide job right in front of Smolders. Smolders has to crank the wheel, gets all sorts of crossed up, down to the inside he goes.
He made it stick that time, that's for sure. The 41 of who is that? Jesse Carr passing Dan Smolders there. He was running the low line pretty consistently there, and he's moved up to the high line now, but that low line might start to be coming in.
Nathan Davis in the 36, all over the back bumper of the 54 of Carter Gregory. We're on lap 20 of 100. This is our first segment still. Segment number 2, or I should say competition caution, will fly on lap 35 to separate the segments.
Yeah, I want to talk about the 14 of Michael Fenlison. He's been running about 6th, mid top 10 pretty much a whole race so far. He's looking pretty good. Like, he's got a solid truck and he's able to handle it and make moves on guys to try and make it up to the front there.
It looks like a lot of the guys are trying to just use the wall to help them turn back in that right rear quarter panel into the wall, and then when you catch the wall, you just keep the wheel turned, keep your foot in it, and try and hope for the best as lap after lap, as the 14 and the 41 are going to get together, and the 31, oh, and the 41's going over.
Ooh, 41 took a tumble there. And
Yes.
he gets tagged again, but I think that was the 44 that tagged him. I might be wrong.
We go to our Virtual Racing Network replay. Jesse Carr in the 41 machine, driving down on the bottom. Looks like he was working the bottom here through 3 and 4. Getting a good run, trying to just find some space to work that steering wheel. Little high on his entry, pinches the 14 up into the wall, and then just gets the bad end of the deal there, going up and over.
Yeah, and then he was kind of trying to gather it, and the 45 of Wesley Utt came up and tagged him a little bit. So, what an unfortunate result for Jesse there.
At 45 of Wesley Utt on pit road along with Jesse Carr. Those two trucks getting extensive damage repaired. You saw a lot of black smoke coming out of that 45 machine. So once again, heavy damage. And it looks like now we got 13 cars out on the track.
We got Bradley Burke, Michael Lariah, and Jamie Dyson still on pit road. They've been on pit road for quite a while. So trying to get those repairs done so they can get back out on track and contend for some more positions there.
So the field forming up, lights are out on the pace car. Carter Gregory, your race leader, has chosen the outside line. The 36 of Nathan Davis choosing the inside. Looks like we're getting ready to go green flag racing, and here we go. The truck's getting back on the loud pedal.
Carter Gregory getting a huge jump again. Nathan Davis is still in second as he gets tagged by the 31 of Dylan Roberts. Ooh, they're going around again. Dylan Roberts going around on the back stretch.
Caution flag will fly. Dylan Roberts in the 31 getting the short end of that deal. But, you know, these guys all just looking for some space on the track as we go to our Virtual Racing Network replay. See exactly what happened here as we are on board with Dylan Roberts in the 31. Down the front stretch, you see he's getting through the gears here. Right in that high side. Here comes Nathan Davis right in front of him. Davis gets in the wall. Roberts spinning out. And that will bring out another caution here tonight.
Yeah, still early in the race, so lap 29, a lot of racing to go. We could see some good racing yet. Alright, the field should be starting to form up here this next lap. Looking to go green the next time by, hopefully. Carter Gregory out front, Nathan Davis in second. Shane Therian in third, Michael Fenlison in fourth.
So already we've had 5 cautions for 13 laps. We got 71 laps to go. We have had 3 lead changes so far tonight. So It's been an interesting race, but unfortunately, so far, the pace trucks have led the most laps.
Yeah, the Carter Gregory chooses the outside this time. Nathan Davis on the inside. Pace truck pulls in. And the green flag is out. Carter Gregory gets a massive jump. The high line just keeps on being so much faster than the low line on the restarts there.
It is for sure the way to go for right now, as we're on lap 31 of 100. Competition caution coming out on lap 35. These guys just got a few more laps to go to wrap up segment number 1. And Carter Gregory out front. Smulders has led for 16 laps. And Gregory has led for 14 laps. So far tonight, those have been our biggest lap leaders.
Nathan Davis still on the back bumper of Carter Gregory here. They've kind of opened up a gap between third place of Michael Fenlison. But Carter Gregory still running so much quicker than Nathan Davis. Not so much quicker, but he's got quite a lead on him still. Nathan Davis is looking inside. Carter Gregory still running that outside. Gets really sideways.
That will allow Nathan Davis in the 36 to get to the lead. Carter Gregory falling back to second. We are on lap 35 of 100. A 54 trying everything he can to get back into that top spot.
Dan Smulders making his way back up to the front. He's up in third place right now. Nathan Davis got a commanding lead so far on Carter Gregory. They're getting pretty spread out now, so we should see a lot more green flag laps and trying to catch up to one another.
Dan Smulders in the 46, having a heck of a time trying to recover. Doing a great job so far. It looks like he's all over the back bumper of the 54. And there's the caution flying. Looks like the 61 of Bronson Stafford going around.
Yeah, looks like he just went around there. Caught the wall coming out of turn 4 a little bit. And just went around. I think cushion got him a little bit, sent him down into the middle of turn 1 and 2 there.
As we see, he catches the wall there. As you mentioned, got really crossed up into 1 and 2 and looped it right there. So Nathan Davis right now out front in the 36 machine.
Carter Gregory up in second. Dan Smulders making his way back to third. Ryan Dyson up in fourth. Michael Fenlison in fifth. Shane Therian in sixth. Walker Thomas in seventh. Riley Grant and Davis in eighth. Matt Mara in ninth. Tommy Amassi in 10th. Currently have 12 cars on track. So we've lost quite a few cars already, and I think John Batista and Bradley Burke have packed it up and went home, I do believe. This is what I'm showing.
I have 14 cars on track, with Casey Shue being scored in 14th place. He is 9 laps down, though.
Yep. After making those repairs.
All right, here we go. Green flag getting ready to fly. Nathan Davis choosing the high side, getting a great restart here. Carter Gregory, though, in the 54, going to try and pinch him into the wall, and he does, and that is going to stack him up.
Flag is out.
Nathan Davis gets up on 2 wheels. Oh, my goodness. Those guys really had a very quick moment there, and Carter Gregory unable to keep it off of Nathan Davis. Davis goes up on 2 wheels there.
Yeah, it got kind of crazy for a little bit there. I looked away for a second and came back to see that happening. Dan Smolder's up in first place now. Gregory in second. Carter Gregory in second.
So the 46 of Smolders, back to the front he goes. Gonna defend that title of leading the most laps here. And I'll tell you that Carter Gregory in the 54 machine been solid in second place all night long. Looking to have a good finish. But you know what? It's going to be so hard for these guys. They're running out of patience, I'm sure, with how many yellows we've had. You know, cautions breed cautions. These guys might just be out of patience and not really willing to give a whole lot of room.
No, they're getting kind of racy. They've been racy all night, so we can expect to see some more hard racing from these guys and a little bit more door banging, trying to get those positions wrapped up. All right, pace car should be diving off. Green flag should be green flag is out. Dan Smolders takes the high side and takes the lead. Going into turn one, Carter Gregory losing a couple spots back to third right now to Michael Fenlison. Back to fourth now with Dantherian up in third.
Fenlison comes off of turn 4, really crossed up. That is going to allow Therian in the 38 to get into second. Carter Gregory in the 54 trying to work that bottom, but it's just not there yet and losing all kinds of ground.
Yeah, Carter Gregory's losing a lot of ground now. Therian up in second. Is that 14 of Fenlison back up to third. Walker Thomas in fourth in the 18. Matt Mara right behind him in fifth. Carter Gregory is still trying to make his way back up to the high side as he does. Puts a slide job on the 50 or 61 of Branson Stafford. Dan Smolder's got a commanding lead right now. He's got what I'm guessing is about a 3-second lead here, so a lot of room for him to do his thing. Not too much pressure on him. Dantherian is battling with Michael Fenlison for second place here as Carter Gregory tries to put a slide job on the 22 of Matt Mara and kind of gets crossed up with him in turn 2 there. Ooh, and we got Nathan Davis in the wall. Caution is out.
The 36 and Nathan Davis into the wall. It looks like the 05 Tommy Iacon and the 24 of Riley Davis getting involved in this one as well. And we're going to check out our Virtual Racing Network replay as we see the 05 here, Tommy going through the corner. Down onto the front stretch he goes. Into turns 1 and 2, so far so good. Then the 28, oh, I see. The 31 involved as well of Dylan Roberts. Dylan Roberts getting tagged by the 61, or I'm sorry, the 61. Not quite sure what happened there, but Bronson Stafford coming out of turn number 2, turning Nathan Davis really stacks the field up.
He collected a couple guys. Hopefully they can get it back out on track after a couple minutes of repairs. We've got Jamie Dyson on pit road, Michael Laraya on pit road, Wesley Udd on pit road, Jesse Carr on pit road, Dylan Roberts and Bronson Stafford on pit road. But the pace car should be diving off here for a green flag.
Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Smolder's getting on the loud pedal, getting a good restart here. Down into turn number 1 he goes. He's going to ride that high side through turns 1 and 2. Shane Therian in the 38 on that high side as well. And once again, the cars on the bottom side are losing out on positions.
Yeah, Walker Thomas came by Michael Fenlison pretty quick there while he was on the low side, so high side's still the fast
The yellow
line here,
flag is
and
out.
the bottom hasn't really come in. As we got another caution out here.
Looks like Walker Thomas in the 18, the one involved in this one as we go back to our VRN instant replay. On the restart, we see the 18 battling with the 14 for third spot. Down the backstretch he goes, looking solid going into turn 3 here. But coming out of turn number 3, gets very crossed up, loses it, and tags that inside wall. That is what brought out our caution here once again.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of just got really loose out of turn 4 and couldn't keep a hold of it while with Michael Fenlison right behind him. So kind of might have got a little nudge. I didn't see nothing, but yeah, that always is a possibility. Dan Smolder's still up front. Shane Therian in second. Michael Fenlison in third now. Matt Mara up to fourth. Nathan Davis back up to fifth. Made a lot of ground after getting involved in that last caution there.
This really has turned into a battle of survival, a dirt derby for sure. Almost could be called a demolition derby because I don't see many of these trucks with a single straight part on the body. Looks like someone's got damage almost in every single corner of their truck.
Yeah, Dan Smulders is looking pretty clean. He's still got a little bit of damage on that right rear, so a lot of door banging and other banging going on around the track here. So a lot of good hard racing here.
Green flag.
Green flag flying. Smolder's getting another great start in that 46 machine. To the high side he's going to go. The 14 and the 22 making contact there into turn 1, but they get it sorted out. Nathan Davis in the 36 looks like he's going to pinch off the 54, Carter Gregory, but those guys able to keep going as well. So will Davis be able to make a comeback and get back to the lead? And can Gregory, is they going to go around? The 22 spinning, the 36 is there. No caution as everyone gets it sorted out and gets back going, but big time loser there, Nathan Davis.
Yeah, 22 got it sorted out. Everybody got it sorted out, so no caution. We do have the 61 of Bronson Stafford having a little bit of a connection issue. He's kind of going in and out there.
Bronson Stafford in 11th place. He is the first car one lap down in that 61 machine. He is battling on track with the 22 of Matt Mara. Mara diving down to the inside here. That 61 on the high side. Going to get a good run down this backstretch and start to pull away here.
46 of Dan Smulders way out front there, running his line. He's running that high line real good, keeping the rear end off the wall there. It saves him a bunch of time, not losing a bunch of speed up there. He found quite the thin strip of moisture in that track there.
Running that high side very well. Coming off a turn 2, looking very solid. It keeps that truck as straight as possible. Like you said, minimal contact with the wall. He does brush it every once in a while, but making it work for right now. It looks like he really pitches it in on corner entry and then uses the throttle to keep it off the wall.
Yeah, Shane Therian back in second. He's running about the same line. He's running it pretty well. A lot of distance between him and Carter Gregory. Back in third place there. As Nathan Davis is going to take it into pit lane there.
Davis on pit road. Heavily damaged truck. Not sure if this is going to do it for him or if he's just going to try and patch some stuff up and make it drivable. But either way, under green flag conditions, that's not what you want to do.
No. Dan Smulders coming around to lap the 05 of Tommy Amassi here. So, got cars going lap down. Dan Smulders is catching up to some lap traffic here as he's coming up on the 50. of Jeffrey Baker and Matt Mara now, putting some more distance in between him and Shane Therian. Nathan Davis has packed it up and gone home now, so
The yellow flag
lots
is out.
of people packing up. Ooh, we do have a caution out.
The 14 of Michael Finlayson going around here. We're going to go to our Virtual Racing Network replay here again tonight. See what happened. Coming off of turn 2, gets into the wall pretty hard, but sorts it out down the backstretch. But then into 3 and 4, gets really sideways down the front stretch. Maybe that truck got some damage to it. A little bit hard to control. And it does go around this time, coming out of turn number 2 and tagging the wall on the inside.
Yeah, we had a good green flag run there for a little while, so. Dan Smulders was looking really good out there running that high line, as well as Shane Therian.
So we are caution once again. This is our 10th caution for 27 laps. We got 31 laps to go. We've had 5 lead changes between 3 drivers.
Yeah, if you ask me my educated opinion, I don't see Dan Smulders giving that lead up anytime soon. So I wouldn't expect to see too many more lead changes because he's running that high line so well with Shane Therian in
Anything
second place.
can happen when a caution flies and the
Oh,
field
for
gets
sure.
bunched back up. I'll tell you, that's what happened to Nathan Davis. He was checking out on the field kind of like Smulders is now. Then when the field got bunched back up, had that bad restart, you know, where he got pinched up into the wall. So here goes the 46 of Smulders, green flag flying. Down into turn number 1, he's going to stick to that same line he's been running and just not touching that wall, maybe grazing it. Just making the truck a little bit lighter by scrubbing off some of that metal.
Or some of the dirt that's collected up, you never know. There's a couple extra poundage added onto the quarter panel of that truck from running that high line.
Already opening up a big gap over the 18 of Walker Thomas. We saw the 18 spin not too many laps ago, but here he is, recovered very nicely, sitting in second place.
Yeah, Shane Therian dropped a couple positions. Carter Gregory in front of him, Matt Mara behind him. Michael Fenlison working his way back up after that caution. He's up in 6th place right now.
See the 54 of Carter Gregory doing a slide job as we are on the bumper cam of Shane Therian, and Gregory doing another slide job again on the 18. Oh, it's 3 car trucks all getting really close right there.
Oh, and the 54 goes around. Shane Therian goes around as well. Caution is out.
More cars piling in, spinning into this situation. Big time accident here. So we're going back to our Virtual Racing Network replay. As we see the 18, the 54, and the 38, along with the 22, these guys all really battling very hard for space on this track. Down the backstretch we go. We see the 54 get into the wall, the 38 tagging, 54 getting sideways, 14, 38. Here comes the 4, the 61, and the 05. All these guys all just piling in. It's quite the accident there.
The 05 was able to miss him, but I can't say the same for the 4 and the 61. The 61 came away with quite a bit of damage there on the truck, so hopefully he can make her back out. I think he was only 1 lap down at that point. 2 laps down maybe, but he was looking pretty good for a while there.
Lights are out on the pace truck. Field is forming up. We do have 6 cars now on the lead lap, possibly 7 if Shane can get back out on track without losing a lap. Shane Therian on pit road right now, getting some repairs to that truck. Green flag flying. Dan Smolders getting out to a great start here.
18 of Walker Thomas throws a slide job. Oh, and he goes around.
The yellow flag is out.
Another caution comes out for Walker Thomas going around out of turn 2.
So the 18, Walker Thomas going around on that restart. Looked like he just missed his line.
Yeah, he made a pretty decent slide job on Michael Fenlison there for second. Just couldn't quite make it stick there.
So the field really is thinned out. We started with 23 trucks here tonight. It looks like several trucks have packed up and are headed home. Right now we have 9 trucks out on the track. So this has become a battle of survival. And right now, Dan Smolders looks to be the one to beat. So he has been out front for 56 laps. And that truck looking pretty solid right now.
Yeah, but you never know on a caution with the field bunched up.
Sure could, but I'll tell you what, the way he does his restarts, he is able to clear any trucks around him, especially when they go into turn 1. It kind of is eliminating the chance for a slide job with how well he's pulling off these restarts.
Yeah, he's getting quite a jump coming out of 4, as we're about to see here as the pace car dives off right now. And the green flag is out. Dan Smolders once again nails the restart. Gets a good run going into turn 1. With Michael Fenlison right behind him. Kind of got a little bit of a gap now, but still not as much as we've seen already so far.
So Finlayson in the 14 gets into the wall coming out of turn number 4. Gets it sorted, sort of, but using that wall to help him turn through 1 and 2.
Yeah, and we've got a battle for 4th position with Walker Thomas and Matt Morrow right now. Matt Morrow throwing a slide job back in 1 and 2. Matt Morrow trying to stick the low line there and see if it's going to work to keep Walker Thomas off of his bumper.
Walker Thomas in the 18, who did just go around not too long ago, but with only 9 cars out on the track, you really don't lose a whole lot of ground, especially when only 6 of them are on the lead lap.
Yeah, not a lot of ground to lose when there's only 9 cars right now, or trucks I should say, when only 6 of them being on the lead lap. Dan Smolders again with pulling away, keeping it off the wall in the corners, running that high line very well.
With 14 laps to go, that 46 machine has really opened up a big gap here and is just one of those trucks that looks very smooth. He's running a very smart race, not trying to get up against the wall, keeping it just far enough off. We have mentioned he does graze the wall, but like you said, he's just cleaning the dirt off that rear bumper when he does it.
Oh yeah, I gotta get that extra weight off there so he doesn't transfer as much weight back into the wall there. Looking at the back of the field here, everybody's pretty much spread out. Walker Thomas in 5th right now. Got a good battle going for 5th between the 24, the 38, and the 18. The 24 of Riley Grant up in 4th. They're looking to make some moves pretty quick here. Matt Mara up in 3rd. They're all within striking distance of each other, so I'd expect to see some good racing coming within the next 10 laps for that last position.
the 24 machine of Riley Davis and Walker Thomas. These guys going at it right now. That 24 holding on to 4th place. As we look out the 24's back bumper, you see the 18 just behind him here. See these guys, how close they're actually running to that wall when they're not hitting it. So far, everyone's really been running that high side. The bottom has never really come in.
No, nobody really ever gave it a chance. You've seen a couple guys try and make a stick, and it just wasn't there yet. I think if we would have gotten a lot more guys to run it, it might have stuck, and we could have gotten some 2-wide racing going on. At least 2 wide. You could see some 3 wide even.
Dan Smulders in the 46, over a 2.5 second lead right now on the 14 of Michael Finlayson. Looks like he's trying to track down the 05 of Tommy Amassi and put him another lap down. Right now we have 6 cars on the lead lap. 7th and 8th place are the only 2 cars 1 lap down. That 05 getting ready to go another lap down. That will put him first car 2 laps down. And he is running in 8th place.
Yeah, we just saw Dan Smulders take that low line, and he made it stick very well to get around the 05 of Tommy Amassi there. So that there might be some kind of grip down there, but people are just comfortable trying to run that high line. They don't want to change too many things up with about 5 to go here in the Upperedge Dirt Derby.
The Dirt Derby at Eldora really living up to its name. These guys have put on a heck of a show here tonight. And we are into the final 4 laps. And right now, Dan Smulders, who has been the dominating truck so far, he has led 72 laps of this 100 lap scheduled event. And now he is out front, got some lap traffic to deal with here. He has got to be careful and how he finds a way around them, as he is going to go around.
Goes around and is able to collect it. Michael Finlayson right on his bumper. This could make it for an exciting finish here.
So the 46 losing a whole lot of ground. Now he's going to slide up in front of the 22.
Oh, and they make contact, and Dan Smulders contacts the wall pretty hard, and he clips the inside of the 22. They collect it back together.
Finlayson out front with 2 laps to go. White flag is in the hands of the flagman, but now Finlayson hard into the wall. Smulders has got to really reel him in. 1 more lap to go.
And he might reel him in. We could see a door banging finish here, as it looks like he's reeling him in pretty quick. And he takes the inside.
Smulders going to dive to the inside here. Can he make it work? The 14 going to give him some bumper, and Smulders is going to pull it off. Finlayson finishing second after feeding the chrome horn to him. And everyone's piling into turn 1 as the 14. What a finish we had here tonight, folks. So we're going to go to our instant replay and watch that one more time.
What a close finish that was for Dan Smulders after spinning out a little bit there.
Smulders gave it his all as we are on board with Michael Finlayson coming to the finish. There's Smulders sliding right up in front of Finlayson. Finlayson giving him some bumper, but not enough to hold it off. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a finish. And then here comes the rest of the finishers as Finlayson. Man, that was spectacular finish. 100 laps to decide this thing. And it comes down to that.
That was quite the finish there for Dan Smulders, and I think we could have seen it coming, but did a great job keeping a hold of the truck and making her stick through the end there.
So your winner will be Dan Smulders in the 46. What a great job here tonight. Quite the race that he had. So we're going to step away for just a minute. and see if we can get our post-race show underway here tonight. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the VRN post-race show. We have caught up with our third place finisher, Matt Mara. Mr. Post, take us away.
All right, I have caught up with Matt, and I just want to say congratulations on third place finish in the 2018 Upperedge Dirt Derby to start off. So can you run me through what your plan was for the beginning of the race?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I probably had the best seat in the house for that finish. It was absolutely fantastic. But we started the beginning. I mean, it started back in 14th, had some issue in qualifying, and struggled to a fifth place finish in the heat race. But the car was good. Kind of just tried to stay out of trouble. A lot of people were really sending it in, especially going into 3. It was really easy to lose control. A lot of people were using the wall in 3 and 4, and I was just trying to take it easy. When I restarted on the inside, made sure I got up to the high side as soon as possible because the high groove was really where it was at. So just kind of rode the high groove, let people take each other out, and kind of rode our way and found ourselves in the top 5 there at the end.
Yeah. So how did your plan change from the beginning to the end? Like how in the middle of the race, what were you thinking versus what you were thinking in the beginning?
Yeah, I think I came in today just hoping for a solid top 10 finish. and you get to about 20, 30 laps to go, and you find yourself in the top five, and expectations start changing. I kind of was just hoping to get the top three there for a little bit and settle in on that last restart. Got past the 18 and the 24, moved up to third, and kind of was just riding behind the 14, and noticed the last got 10 laps to go. By the time we had gotten 5 laps to go, I felt like I made up a lot of ground on the 14. Was thinking I was going to get second because I was much faster there for a few laps. And sure enough, see the 46 who absolutely dominated the race today on the inside. We had to go check and do a double take on the tracker to see that I was now racing for the lead. Got a little excited. 46 understandably did what he had to do to get back up there and race for the win. It was absolutely his race, and kind of just off 4 there at the end, was getting really excited, hoping maybe something was about to happen after the 46 sent it in, but they kept it clean for the most part, and just good race. I'm really happy with the 3rd place finish today.
How prepared were you for the track change? We seen it start to begin during practice, and as the race went on, we seen it go even more. How prepared were you for that?
A lot of people were talking about that throughout the race too, that it really became a one groove track, and you can't really prepare for that, right? We had about an hour practice session beforehand, and the track was had a lot more grip, and people were able to run the inside a little bit, and by the time the main event started, it was really just the high line there, and at that point in time, you just got to get high, you got to get up top, you're going to lose spots. So it kind of took that mentality throughout the race.
All right. Well, I want to say congrats on a 3rd place finish again. Is there any sponsor shout outs you'd like to give out tonight before we move on to 2nd place?
Yeah, I got the National Multiple Sclerosis Society out there, so representing some MS awareness. So keep those folks in your heart, and thanks for the opportunity to Upperedge Racing for throwing this great event today.
All right. Well, that is your 3rd place finisher, Matt Mara. And we are going to move on to the 2nd place finisher of Michael Fenlison. And Michael, congratulations on 2nd place tonight. What were you thinking throughout the whole race? We had seen you kind of in the middle of the pack, and we had seen you moving up to the front. You were all over the place tonight. What were you seeing?
I came into the night with no practice, so I was just looking forward to getting in those heats, just getting some practice laps in. And the heats helped a little bit, but like Matt was saying, it was kind of one line. Like the high line was a pretty popular line. Everybody was stacking up there, and mostly every restart, everybody was stacking up there. There was just a whole bunch of checkups and stuff. I mean, I think I hit Ryan Dyson a few times early in the race just because it was just a whole bunch of checkups. I think I accidentally spun him out by accident, but I apologize for that. But most of the night, yeah, I was just practicing. Not much. I mean, they're late. When Dan spun out, I thought I had a shot at the win, and everybody was screaming in my ear in my channel, like, but I didn't really know what to do because I'm not really familiar with dirt. I mostly do the oval side, especially now I don't even do much oval. So I was really unfamiliar with it, but I do know somewhat what to do on these tracks, and yeah, you could tell in those last few laps that Dan was flying, and he just got by me. Obviously deserved the win. I didn't really know what to do there on the plate, and at least I led a few laps. That's something.
So what was up with the low line? We had seen you kind of try and take it down there a couple times. Was there just no grip down there? Was it not really giving anybody a run? What were you seeing down there?
I think the only times I went down there, I didn't think I meant to, yeah, I meant to. That's the word. Yeah, a few times in that long run there, I just kept getting really sideways. I put too much throttle to it, and it just kept spinning out. So I had to learn from that, get back in line, and then a caution came out. So I got back up with the field, and I think the most grip that my truck found tonight was pretty much that outside wall, and I think I hit it about 500 times tonight. So my right side was destroyed, if not my whole truck. So 2nd place with the destroyed truck. Thanks to Ryan for putting the race on. Gave me a lot of practice for Road to Pro this week. They're going to Eldora for some reason, so got to practice for that wreckfest that might happen. So yeah.
All right, well, that is your 2nd place finisher, Michael Fenlison. Is there any sponsors or shout-outs you'd like to give out before we move on to the winner?
Yeah, I got to thank my normal sponsors. They weren't the primaries on this car tonight, but Mobile One and New England Racing Fuel. Evil Controllers were part of my old team, so I ran that paint scheme tonight. a little throwback. Me and Shane had the same paint tonight. So obviously thanks to Ryan for putting the event on. It's been a few years now that it's been on, or the second year actually, I think. So, also, if you want to see some great racing, be sure to tune in for Upperedge, the normal series, the Cup series. Every Wednesday night. We'll be back this Wednesday actually, so it should be a fun race. It's getting down to the playoffs, so it should be very exciting. So be sure to tune in for that. And thank you guys for broadcasting.
All right, thank you. Then that's Michael Fenlison, your second place finisher. And we're gonna hand it off to KR now, who has caught up with the winner, Dan Smulders. Off to you, KR.
I have caught up with Dan in the 46. Mr. Smulders, you led for 74 laps here tonight and almost threw it away in the closing laps, but got up on the wheel and managed to make a last-ditch effort to pull off the win. Tell us about your race here tonight.
Yeah, my race started off pretty strong and pretty much ended just as strong. I started out there and I pulled away with a decent lead, and then I decided I'm going to try going conservative because I might use up all my equipment. But and then I thought about I'm mostly from the dirt side, and I've raced 100 lappers a bunch of times, so if a late model with me driving can survive 100 laps, I'm pretty sure one of these tanks can survive 100 laps.
Well, it survived 100 laps. Like I said, a dominating performance here tonight. 74 laps led. How in the heck is your truck so much straighter than most of these other trucks out here tonight?
I was kind of trying to just stay off the wall, and if I'd hit the wall, I'd try to just tap the wall and I wouldn't stay in the throttle when I hit the wall. And I think it helped when I was out front with a lot of the better drivers in this.
Well, it seemed to be the working strategy as you do end up winning this thing. But when you looped it with like 3 laps to go, how much did your heart sink? Or did you just decide, you know what, pull my gloves a little tighter, get up on the wheel?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I was thinking. I actually thought that it was going to be a little worse there, because when me and the 22 got together on the second last lap, I think it was, I thought I would have had some more damage, but I just decided to get up on the wheel and send her.
Well, that you did. You sent it straight to victory lane here tonight, man. Congratulations on that 100-lap dirt derby at Eldora. And that is going to be something no one can take away from you. You're winning the second of 5 special events for the Upperedge Racing Series here. Man, oh man, great job out here tonight. Any sponsors that you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I got a few sponsors. They're not on the car because I don't usually run trucks, but I got Smolder's Kart Shop, Performance Fiberglass and Marine, and I want to thank our teammates, No Name Motorsports.
Well, man, again, congratulations. That is Dan Smulders, your race winner, doing it in a dominating fashion for 74 laps out front. Almost losing it at the last second, but does manage to get it back. So, Randy, what are your final thoughts here for this race tonight? Oh, well, you know what? Randy may not be here. He has stepped away.
Oh.
So, there he is.
I thought it was a great race. A lot of good, clean racing was happening towards the end there after things got sorted out. But we do have Ryan in here. I don't know if he wants to talk at all about Upperedge or the Dirt Derby at all for future references. If people want to get into Upperedge later on, how can they get into there?
Oh yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for taking the time to broadcast for us tonight. It was no pun intended, a little bit of a dirty race. Not usually what we're looking for. I think last year when we had this event, I think there was 3 cautions in the entire 100 lapper, but with the addition of the cushion and everything on dirt racing this year, and we decided not to rework the surface before the feature race. It was pretty one groove, and I think just some of those restarts got a little bit aggressive tonight, and people trying to slide job and take advantage of those restarts when they could, and it might have got a little out of hand, but nonetheless there's a lot of good battles out there, and like you said, towards the end of the race, that was a treat to watch. Dan almost threw it away, but it was good to see him slide back up there, make the perfect clean slide job. Fenless and tried what he had to do at the end, and thankfully it was a good race there towards the end of that one. And yeah, Upperedge, we usually run Wednesday nights. I think this is our first Sunday night event in, I want to say, 4 or 5 years actually. We usually run Wednesday nights with the cup cars, and we have a full season, the Profile Machine Products Cup Series. We tour all over the place. We don't actually follow the real NASCAR schedule like a lot of leagues do. We have some cool, different, unique stuff we do. I think in a couple of weeks coming up here, we have twin 75s at USA Speedway. Actually, that's one that a lot of people are looking forward to. And playoff season's almost here, so be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights when you guys bring us live action. VRN brings us live action on our Cup Series side of things, and I think our field last week was 26, 27 cars, which is about right where we want it. We look for a lot of good, clean, high I rating drivers to come in there and make sure that we keep things in line and where we want. We run a pretty tight ship, so yeah, definitely check us out on Wednesday nights, and I hope everyone who's watching this enjoyed the race tonight, and it was definitely exciting in those closing laps.
That it
For
was.
sure.
And Ryan, I want to take the time to thank you and tell you how much I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this broadcast here tonight. We did have some cautions, like you said, maybe call it a dirty derby, but I think there was some great racing all throughout tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from the league owner side of things, it was a success. We had 23 trucks show up, a full field minus one, so there's nothing to complain about there. The heat races had lots of excitement in them, and even being on the track down there, it was a lot of fun. And qualifying, it was pretty tight. I think 3/1000ths of a second we missed the track record by, so a little bit of drama there, and the whole night was pretty awesome. And we do this once a year, close to the actual NASCAR truck race at Eldora. Just something different, and looking forward to it again next year. We'll put this on, and we'll get VRN back on with us, so you guys can enjoy another round of the Upperedge Dirt Derby.
Well, I look forward to it for sure. And Ryan, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. But you know what? We got to go through our closing time here, closing statements. Want to give a big shout out to Walls Beard Co., Randy's Wraps, who Randy himself was in the broadcast booth with me all night tonight. So thank you very much, Randy. The Ohio IndyCar League, SimSpeedShop.com, iBog, and the Northwest Racing Series. You can find those guys broadcasted right here on VRN. Your results for tonight's race: Dan Smolders finishing in first place, Michael Finlayson second, Matt Mara third, fourth place going to Walker Thomas in the 18, and rounding out your top five will be Shane Therian. Sixth place goes to it's saying Nathan Davis, but I believe it should be Jeffrey Barker. 8th is Amasi, 9th is Dyson, and 10th will be Shu. 12th, Stafford. Gregory was now 11th. Nathan Davis 13th, Roberts 14th, and 15th place going to Jesse Carr. 16th will be Wesley Utt. Jamie Dyson 17th. 18th place Bradley Burke, and Michael Lariah will be 19th. Rounding out your top 20 will be John Batista, and then did not start. And 21st is Josh Adams, 22nd Willie Howells, and 23rd Justin Munsell. Guys, that is going to do it for us once again tonight. The racing action called by myself, K.R. Stolfus, and Randy Post. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here at VRN. Make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, do all that good stuff. If you check out one of the sponsors we mentioned, tell them VRN sent you. Guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight. That'll do it, and we will see you all next time.